And the name?
Kyle.
Yeah, let's go.
How you doing, man?
Good, how about yourselves?
Good.
Busy night tonight?
Oh, it's always busy. Which is good. Love it. Let's see here.
Let me get my car Tyler. We need these lights.
I think that's the address. Just make sure I put it in right.
2967 Westwood Drive.
That's right.
We had a bit flummox last weekend.
Yeah.
We went to a totally wrong place. So always gotta check now.
No problem. I do the same thing when people go to the airport. I just make sure they're going to the right terminal and the right airline.
Well, yeah. Doesn't matter if you don't have checked bags, but if you do.
True. But I mean, if you need to go to United and you're at Terminal 1 and you put Terminal 1 instead of Terminal 3, it's a big difference.
Yeah, no doubt. Though, I guess you could technically, if you didn't have checked bags, go through the tram and then the other tram back.
True.
We always go to the D gates no matter what, because they have a lounge there that we always go to. So.
That's the way to go.
Did I bring my phone? I don't think I brought my phone.
Honest, do you love this thing or no?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been eyeing them. We're considering.
I love them so much, I have 6 of them.
Do you really?
Yes.
What do you do with the other 5?
Technically 5 Model Ys, 1 Cyber Beast. I rent them out to other Uber drivers.
Really?
Yeah. For now, that's the first part of the business plan. Second part is I got so many of these that I want to put it on the fleet when Tesla allows us to put our cars on the robotaxi network.
Oh, cool.
Which means that once these cars can fully be autonomized and drive themselves, my cars will go out and go make me money with no human driver.
That's amazing.
Do you think that will be more profitable for you than someone else driving them?
Oh,
or-
yeah. 100%.
You have to pay your
What is the
driver.
biggest part of your expense
Yeah,
if
it's
you own a
labor.
business?
Always
It's
labor.
Yeah, so you take the labor out.
But I
it's
didn't know.
labor.
I didn't know what kind of margin you were making on someone else. I didn't know if they rented them from you for like a flat rate, per mile rate, or something like
It's
that.
flat rate.
Okay.
With insurance, it's $1,400, so it covers usually the insurance and mortgage, the car
Yes,
payment.
yeah.
So as long as they pay the note and the insurance, that's all that matters to me, because sooner or later, the margins will be about 50% when it's no human driver
Yeah.
accounting for everything.
How
So
far off do you think that is?
I would say by the end of next year, 2026. Robotaxi Network is already out in Austin. They finally just got approval for statewide rideshare.
Yeah, sure. And Zook's out here now.
Zooska will be bankrupt. So Henderson's going to be next. Henderson, they already have vehicle operators right now scanning like the area to start in Henderson first and Reno.
Will they be able to drive into Vegas from Henderson?
Not yet.
Oh, no.
So they're doing the test run in Henderson and then slowly expanding the geofence to where they would probably have to contact every casino and be like, hey, we're about to put our network on. I know Uber drivers and Lyft drivers go here. Where do you want our cars to be stationed now? Because if not, it'll just be cluttered.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of regulation in Vegas and Clark County that they have to deal with. So that's why they're going to Henderson first and expanding that way while they work on Clark County.
So interesting. Can I ask how the see-through ceilings work in the middle of summer in Vegas?
So they're not as bad as you think. So my AC's on about 5 out of 10 and it keeps the car nice and cool. Even at today was like 110.
Yeah.
And I only had it up to 5. Now if I have more people in the car, obviously it's going to be a little different. I might put it up to 6 or 7, but that's because there's more bodies that are generating.
I was just thinking, I have to park in the sun all day and then get in it after work.
If you,
Not sure how
We
that
need to
works.
buy one. We need to buy one before the rebate's gone.
yes, I'm buying 3 more before the rebate. So if you have, let's say, oh yeah, it's going to be really hot, like if it just sits out in the sun all day, there's 2 ways to do it. You can either put a sunshade on it, which I don't do because it just obstructs your guys' view, and I want you guys to get the best, like,
Yeah.
you know,
it's
ride.
experience.
Yeah, experience,
Yeah, I
right?
love this.
Or the second is you pre-cool your car 10-15 minutes before you know you're about to leave. You can do it from the app.
Does that kill your battery?
It doesn't kill your
It's got a
battery.
huge lithium battery in this thing, love. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't kill your battery, but it drains at maybe a 1% or 2% while it's cooling down because it's using energy in order to cool it down. But once you get in it, it's freaking frosty in here. You don't have to worry about your butt getting, you know, hot because they got air ventilated seats now in the front. So it makes a world of a difference here.
This guy's like a Tesla salesman in disguise.
I used to work for them. That's the reason why. So I know the insides and outs of these cars. That's once you go electric, especially in this one, you'll never go back to gas, ever.
That's all I do is just commute to and from.
I will
work.
always have one gas vehicle for hunting, but that's about it.
I would use the Cybertruck for that for sure. In the middle of nowhere, all day, 100%. Camping it all day. I've camped in the middle of the desert with it with a wife. It's pretty fun. Put a queen size mattress in the bed of the truck. Watch our TV.
It's one thing I do not do when we're hunting.
Now we're glamping. That's
Yeah, that's glamping. That's not hunting.
Yeah, and this car drives itself. So if you commute a lot, this is the best car for you. Not
Yeah,
yet.
sleep.
Not yet, but it's getting there.
Your eyes have to be open for it too.
My hands have to be on the wheel.
No, they do not.
No?
Nope. They do not have to be on the wheel. As long as you are paying attention, majority looking forward. Like you can look in your side mirrors and look around and play with the screen a little bit, but majority of the time you got to be looking forward.
Okay.
And once you look forward, the camera sees where your eyes are at, even if you close them in your shades.
You gotta get those googly eyes.
Yeah, I do.
But this, if you do a lot of commuting, this is definitely the car you want to be in to commute. Because you don't have to worry about it. You just punch in an address and go.
You're a good salesman.
Thank you. I love this product. That's the reason why I'm passionate about it. Because it's the future. Gas-powered cars are the horse and buggy of our time.
Yeah, once the infrastructure is correct, you're right.
The infrastructure is pretty good for supercharger network. There's over 30,000 in the United
That is
States.
so much better than even just 5 years ago. It's amazing.
That is correct. So they open up 2 superchargers every day around the world. So that ranges anywhere between 10 to 50 stalls. A good example is I went from Georgia, Savannah, all the way to here, Las Vegas, no issue at all.
Wow.
Charge average time was about 15, 20 minutes. So, but I did have to charge at least 10 times. But it only cost me about $270, I think it was, to go about 2,000 miles. So it's pretty good.
The one place where it's dead is eastern side of Nevada.
Yeah. The one place we go.
Alamo eventually will have
Eastern side of Nevada?
one. Yeah.
Like Ely.
Oh, it's only gonna just zoom in on my. Oh, there it goes. Oh,
But there's some.
There's some.
Look at that.
and you gotta remember. So if you maybe have a trickle charger, maybe there's 2 sets of chargers. There's a supercharger and then a trickle charger. So you might be able to find a trickle charger, but these are all mountains over here.
Yeah, that's where we go. Middle of nowhere.
Yeah, we like the mountains.
Yeah, if you charge up right before you're going to go in the middle of nowhere, at 80%, you get about 260 miles. So real world miles, you get about 230. That's running AC, depending elevation, how you drive.
Living, yeah.
Yeah. Plenty of charge, even if you are trying to look for a charger, because each of them at least are within a 50 to 75 mile radius of one, just to make sure that if you do have some juice, that you have enough juice to get there.
So how often do you drive then if you're...
So if I do driving Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays, I probably supercharge once a day. So it's, let's say, I'm going to give you an easy number, $15.
Yeah, okay.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? That's about $45. Maybe a little bit of food. So maybe let's just call it $70. But I can make anywhere between $1,000 and $1,500
Okay, so
in that spin.
I mean, you have a tiny bit of overhead, obviously, on the vehicle.
Supercharges and food, really. I mean, sometimes I don't even eat the food or eat food. I'll go back home and go eat and then come back out and let the car charge for 2 or 3 hours at home, because it's 44 miles an hour I get, and then come back out and then maybe charge only $5 to $7 and then go supercharge.
Charging at home is pretty cheap, right?
It is. So if you take into effect, right, let's say the average kilowatts that you're going to be charging is about 30 kilowatts. So the average electric bill price per kilowatt is about 10 cents. So every 3 days or so, it's $3 times 10, which equal 30 days, is about $30 in total for the month that you would have to charge your car. And sometimes it's not even that. Sometimes it's minimal, sometimes it's 15, sometimes it's 20. It just depends.
And gas, I'm paying $200 a month.
Yeah. So how far is your commute?
Wow.
15 miles a
Oh,
day.
then you're golden. You probably won't even have
15 miles each way.
each way. Yeah, so that's 30 miles, right? So maybe every week. It depends on what you do during the day. If you go shopping, if you go out with friends, whatever the case may be, you guys go out on the weekends. I would say maybe every 4 to 5 days for you would charge, and then get back up to 200-ish miles, 260 miles, and that'll last you another 4 or 5 days. Easily.
Don't let traffic work with us here, please.
And then when I drive, I don't really manually drive.
You're not
95.
actively driving.
No, I haven't been since I've gotten out of the gate.
Wow.
And that includes braking, accelerating, turn signal, everything.
It feels pretty smooth. We have a Subaru that has slightly, like, it will slow.
Road
and-
assist,
Yeah,
road
the
assist.
road
Yeah.
assist, but it still sometimes scares me with its braking.
Oh yeah, no, this is so good now. And the cars that are on Robotaxi Network in Austin are, I would say, about 3 or 4 steps ahead in their software, which Elon said that we'll get that software by the end of September.
Wow.
So which means it'll be a vastly more improved by 10x, he said. On top of that, compressing the videos is much more condensed now than it is long, in order for the car to learn quicker and faster because of that. Because of the neural nets that they use going through artificial general intelligence to learn on how the car should drive properly. So
That a car can have a neural network is kind of wild.
yeah, imagine the neural net like the brain
Yeah.
or the mothership, and that mothership
Exactly.
is sending out signals to the other ships to, this is how you drive, this is what you're doing wrong.
Super futuristic.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been driving in Vegas?
10 months. It's definitely good money out here. Austin is the same, is pretty good too, but this is better for sure. It's nonstop here, year round.
Is that where you came from, Austin?
Yes. I went from Cali to Austin to Savannah, Georgia, now back to here, to Vegas.
That's a big swing.
Yeah, my wife calls me the traveling gypsy, so I'm just selling my potions and moving from town to town before you guys can catch me.
Yeah.
What's her nickname then? Yeah, we have to ask the real questions here.
Right.
I'm guessing the weather's best here too. Out of those
If you're
places.
used to the heat.
So it's just a different type of heat, right? So the humidity is different than it is dry heat. I prefer, well, since I'm so acclimated here, obviously, yeah, now I prefer dry heat, but even in Austin, you still get used to the humidity.
So sticky.
Yeah, we went
Yeah.
to a sticky place recently and I just couldn't.
Montreal. It wasn't even that hot, but it was like 90 with 80%.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It was beautiful. I mean, absolutely gorgeous, but
It was not something I was used to feeling.
Yeah, like Houston is like almost 100%, or Washington, D.C., where it's like 90, 95. It's like suffocating. Like you could barely breathe,
that
suffocating.
is suicidal to me, honestly. I'm not even kidding.
I'm with you. You want to take the pill together? I mean, Jesus. It is pretty.
Because at least here you can escape the heat in a pool or inside.
Yes.
Like the humidity, you're just.
There's no.
It's just wet.
Yeah.
You're just wet no matter what. You get out of the shower, you're wet.
Somehow they will eventually make lights be smart lights.
Well,
They
eventually,
should.
Eventually, we'll all be on
autonomous, and there will be no
autonomous, and
lights.
there would be no lights. We'll be driving this close to each other, crossing
That'll be
lanes.
amazing.
Yep, swimming, like literally going zigzagging in and out of lanes, communicating through car to car.
It'll look like the Star Wars.
Oh yeah, like how the ships when they do
Eventually,
that.
we will be floating sometime. It will happen.
Well, I think drones is going to be the one to do it. Designated pickup and drop off in drones, I think is going to be the next, and then I think maybe Starship going from, let's say, New York to Japan in the matter of an hour.
Half an hour.
Yeah,
All of those sound amazing.
that would be so awesome.
The main problem with that is just powering it. I mean,
They use reusable rockets. That's why it's going to be so cheap.
I know it's just the actual residual powering of it, though, because Elon still says like jet fuel is the one thing he hasn't figured out how to replace yet.
Correct.
Like rocket fuel.
Wait till AGI is more smarter than us and it'll figure it out. That's the scary part. It's going to be Skynet times 10.
That actually does scare me.
Sorry.
I mean, the reality is though, like you look at,
Yeah.
and we have kids. You look at like what are they going to do with their lives? Honestly, I mean, like I'm sure.
Yeah.
People say UBI, this, that, but like I don't think that's a healthy, productive like.
Do you want to hear my dystopia?
Okay.
Okay, so my dystopia is once humanoid robots are in and being mass produced, there's only one of two ways to control it. You can either have Congress set legislation to have an X amount of humanoid robots to an X
good
amount
luck
of
with
humans, or you have a universal basic income because humanoid robots will take over
That's
all the
exactly.
goods and services that will have a hyper abundance of it all to where it would be so cheap. Give you a good example. Let's say a box of cereal costs $5. Now because Optimus is in the town and doing all this stuff and all these humanoid robots around,
You can
now
work
it's
24
50
hours.
cents.
You can work 24
Now
hours.
it's
a
now
day.
it's a quarter,
Yeah.
right? So now your universal basic income will be more than enough to sustain you and your family because of the hyperabundance of goods and services. So what does that mean for us humans? We have the most free time that we'll ever have in our life to where we will actually live longer and not be as stressed as we are now.
Yeah, but I think
you need a bit of
there's
oil.
an alternate approach to that though to think about it because like humans need purpose. Now I'm saying I'm not saying work is always purpose, right? But, like, what do you wake up and do?
Oh, I'll tell you what I would do. I would wake up every morning, golf 18 holes, come back, take a nice swim in my pool, DJ for a little bit, and watch TV shows with my wife.
Yeah,
And maybe raise another family. Why
Yeah,
not? I
that's
wasn't there for my daughters when they were younger. Why not just start now?
I hear what you're saying. I think though for a lot of people they would find a lot of hard time finding actual purpose and meaning.
Of course. But I mean, to be honest with you, we're almost heading to there.
Oh yeah.
And I think a lot of
doubt.
people are not prepared for it. And which is scary,
That's the
right?
scary part, is
And
people
it's
can't.
and it's sad because they don't think, or us humans sometimes are like, we'll never get replaced. Oh no, we'll get replaced. Well, you're just not expecting to get replaced as quickly as you think it's going to be coming through.
Oh, I think it's coming.
I always tell my employees, I manage a bunch of like IT professionals and accountants, and I'm like, you guys live in a box. You guys are the top 5% of earners in the United States. You all are incredibly educated. I have multiple CPAs that work for me, etc. I'm like, you don't realize what like a common unfulfilled like. Most people don't think as much as you. What does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a very hard time understanding that. But I think most, 60% of America is not actually going to know what to do.
I agree with you 100% on that.
But yes, there are certainly some of us that will be thrilled with the extra time to go.
Yeah, I mean, can
golf
you imagine
and
if you
swim.
wanted to go to, say, Japan or Europe or whatever the case may be, and it's just so cheap now that you can actually enjoy life.
I think though, but will people want you there? It's so that's the harder thing to think of. Like,
Mhm.
will people want you? Like, there's already people that are like, there's too many tourists. There's too many of this.
Yeah,
there's
Spain and Italy
Yeah.
for sure.
What does that actually mean?
Time to go to Mars.
Oh,
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
scares me
I'm just
so
kidding.
badly.
Space is like her, immediate top fear.
Before we even land on Mars as humans, it's going to be humanoid robots and drones that are going to be building our colony before we even step.
Terraforming.
There
Yep.
we go. So I don't have to worry too much.
Yeah, no,
They'll
never.
be ready for me.
No, until the asteroid hits and then kills us all like the dinosaurs, maybe.
Yeah.
No, because then we'll have a rocket to pull the asteroid away from
There you go.
There's an endless cycle of just tedium until the sun eclipses us, unless we can space travel. But that's
True.
a whole different.
But I think, you remember when we were in COVID and then all of a sudden the skies cleared up real quickly because
Yeah.
nobody was driving?
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen too in that EV world that we're going to be living in, or the autonomous world where cars are going to be slowly starting to get extinct. I don't know if you saw this one picture of New York back in like 1905 where it was all horses and buggies and you
Yeah,
see
sure,
that
yeah,
one
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you see that one car and then 10 years later there was no horse and buggy and there was all cars.
Yeah.
That's the same thing where we're heading. Where it's going to be so many EVs, so many autonomous vehicles out on the road and barely any gas powered vehicles anymore.
Make it a cross people. Come on. I got some rugby.
Mariah would love this. My daughter loves watching when I map out where we're going. And she likes the countdown. Okay, 10 more minutes. And the fact that it's showing back here 10
Oh,
more
there's a
minutes.
freaking cop right here blocking a lane. I didn't even see that.
Will your car auto get around a stalled vehicle? Or?
Yes. It will. It even goes through construction really well. Really well. Like surprisingly.
Does it force you to go the recommended speed limit?
No. So you can actually set your speed to a certain percentage or over the miles per hour. So if it's like 35, I can set it to all the way up to 85 if I want, but it really stops me at like 15 over. But there are 3 types of settings. There's hurry, standard, and chill mode. So the hurry mode kind of like it'll zig you in and out of traffic, but safely. Standard's like, oh, I'll chill back a little bit, stay in the middle lane, and then chill's like you're in the slow lane. Your grandma driving speed limit all the time, no matter what you set it at.
I'm fascinated. Can you lock this back screen so that the kids can't touch it?
Yes.
Okay.
You can lock the back
You're
screen.
asking him like he's a
Yeah,
salesperson.
he knows everything.
Yeah, I do. So you can lock the screen, but you do have Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus. So if you put on their Bluetooth headphones, it separates the music from here to there for their show.
I don't need to tell them
No,
They need to nap
that.
in the
Talk to
car.
me, yeah.
perfect. Put on the headphones and let them watch their favorite tunes on Netflix.
They just fall asleep. It's fine.
Yeah,
After
if I
school.
put on really boring music or my audiobook, they're done.
You have the cheat code.
Mhm.